think that when it comes to things like gender identity, like no one lies in order to like.
You don't know that. You can't falsify that.
Who cares?
Like what?
Yeah,
like,
No one's talking to you. Shut up.
why would someone
Excuse me?
Why,
Excuse me. You're excused, ho.
why would someone lie to be trans when there's such a massive stigma and like you risk like being murdered and being victims of violence? Like,
You're supposed to be honest with people.
That actually,
yeah. Why would you lie and say that you're trans when by identifying as trans you take on such a risk?
Remember what I told you. They could be confused.
I never talk to people like that, but it is interesting to see her fake outreach not work.
What does you, a person who's rich, who doesn't know what struggle is like, so talks about the fact that you use your own son's blood, have to add to us as humanity? It's really false of you to claim that people are focusing their life on dying, when really all of us are focusing on surviving. That's why we're here. Every one of us is here today because we're surviving. We don't go to McDonald's and think, oh, this is killing me. We go to McDonald's because we don't have enough time in the day to make dinner, because we can't afford to go to the grocery store and buy a $20 steak, because we can't shop at Erewhon and get $40 of strawberries, you know? So I think a lot of us are here wondering, what does you, a person who's rich, who doesn't know what struggle is like, and who also talks about the fact that you use your own son's blood, have to add to us as humanity?
Yeah. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey.
Yeah, I grew up with 4 other siblings, single mom. My mother made my clothes because we didn't have enough money for her to buy clothes for me. I went to school and I got made fun of because my clothes didn't fit and they were awkward. I didn't have money my entire life. I became an entrepreneur. I struggled for 14 years with no money whatsoever. So I understand what it feels like to have no money. I know what it feels like to be poor. So I've been through that. I also was chronically depressed for 10 years. I wanted to commit suicide desperately. I really would have committed suicide had it not been for my 3 kids. I felt like I had a responsibility to them. So I understand struggle. I understand pain. I was 50 pounds overweight. I was in a terrible shape. And so I understand what it's like to be that way. My argument is not to criticize you or anyone else. What I'm arguing is that companies have built their products to make you addicted and to make you ill. That's the core thing I'm trying to say, is that the most powerful economic engine in all of history, the American economic engine, has pointed itself at creating addictive foods and phones and social media and junk food.
Do you not think that you're addicted to trying to stay alive?
She dodged all that knowledge. And somebody said the fact that he just sat there and took all that and then responded as respectfully as he did is really impressive. I have to give him that. Adilo, remember to subscribe.
How's it going, miss? How you doing? Fund abortion? Did you put that on right now?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I'm very for my own reproductive
Choice?
health. Yes, I am. So do you have any adopted children?
Not yet, no.
No, do you plan to?
Yeah.
Well, you should. Do you donate to any food banks? Do you donate to, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
charities, stuff like
Yeah. So
But even whether I did or whether I donated $5 billion or zero, it still wouldn't have any bearing on the truth.
I think that it does, because a lot of people get abortions because they can't afford it. They're not ready for that.
Yeah.
Condoms, right? You can be on birth control and still get pregnant. My friend got pregnant on birth control with a condom.
Yeah.
Do you think that 19-year-old girl in college from a poor family deserves to have that baby?
Deserves, well, when you say deserves, you're acting like it's a bad thing to have that baby. I think life is beautiful. So
Life is beautiful. I'm not saying that having a child is bad.
do you see the messaging? Like, it sounds like she deserves to go through that versus like she has a pleasure to have a baby, right?
Yeah, so
But
you think it's a pleasure, though, if you're poor and...
to raise yeah, I mean, I grew up a single mom, 3 kids, food stamps, Section 8 housing. Like, we were poor. We were living in trailers.
Yeah.
That we lived an amazing life. If you're gonna tell me that my life was bad and I can't be happy during that,
that your life is bad.
but people use this reason to say like they're living a shitty life. But no, you live an amazing life when you're poor. You don't even know you're poor.
That's a very good point. I grew up poor. I didn't live horrible. The difference is I was very accountable for my decisions. That's the big difference. Some people call it slavery.
So if I raped you, would you be so happy to give birth to that child? I'm just wondering. If I forced myself on you,
Yeah.
forcefully did that, and they're like, yeah, you have to give birth to the child. Are you so...
I would no.
Did for
I
that.
would be traumatized, and that would hurt me, and it would be hard to go through that process. But it still wouldn't give a justification to why we should kill this human that had no fault and no say.
Yeah. So do you think that it starts at when you nut? Is that a child? So if you like go jerk off, are you killing your kids?
No, sperm is a part of a whole. Fetus that's at conception, that is now a whole. That's a whole human being. It has its own DNA. It's not.
So when it's like two
So,
or
like-
three cells, it's a child. It's a whole lot.
Yeah, it has a rational soul, that of a humankind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Officially, you can put the baby for adoption, but then the adoption place might be bad. But they get adopted very quickly the younger they are. But then it costs too much money. And then maybe the mom had feelings with the baby kicking in the belly and now they want to keep it. And then they find a statistic of a mom doing something bad to the baby, but it's the father's fault. Then again, we live in a world where the government helps single moms way more than back in the day, even more than the moms back in the day. But for some odd reason, they're even more anxious. Like, I'm not saying you're right, but the probability you're wrong is way higher than you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think that?
No.
So what's the arbitrary trait that you classify it to have that then it makes it a person?
I think once when it's an actual little human in your body, once when you're like almost like you can get a scan and you can see that there's a child in there, then you shouldn't get an abortion. I believe that.
So what time frame is that?
What is it, like the third trimester? Is that it? Like past the...
That late?
Yes.
As a Christian, I was convinced by that. I was telling people that because I wanted to be the most progressive Christian at the school, have friends be a Christian and everything.
Do you like me?
Until I heard the heartbeat of my son in 1 month or something like that. I remember instead of it being a happy moment, it was a horrible moment. I felt like I unalived so many people because I just wanted to feel good in front of my friends. I wanted to do something so they think I'm good.
As a fact.
That's a very horrible feeling. You know why? Because I never expected to hear the heartbeat.
That late?
Yes.
You would allow abortion?
Find out that I was pregnant in the state that I am now with the money that I have. I live in a dorm, you know. I would not bring a child into this world. And I wouldn't put it up for adoption either because I wouldn't want to go through that while I'm trying to get my degree.
But what's your name?
Piper Vande.
Piper. So Piper, you could avoid all that by keeping your legs closed.
Oh yeah, I could, but what if I'm rich? That's
Okay.
the whole...
Okay, so I'm going to grant you the rape thing because I just want to see if you're consistent with this. I'm going to grant that for rape, we're going to ban abortions, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's meet there. Yeah, we'll meet there.
Like you were talking about with him.
Yeah, we'll ban, just for the sake of the argument, let's see the consistency of this. We're going to ban abortion for rape and incest. Now, all the elective, 98%, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 98% of abortions are elective. They choose to. It's not like rape or incest or medical necessity. They choose to.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for those, are you going to say that they still have a justification to kill their baby when they engage in consensual sex?
Yes, sir.
What the heck?
You just want to do whatever you want. Just say it. Then I'll be like, okay, cool. I'll just vote against you. But don't try to convince me. I understand. I'm on your side. I understand your shoes. No. Like, it's so disingenuous.
I let this man cheat on me, lie to me. He invited his ex over, let her sleep in his bed. There was 2 different cheating occasions, and I took him back both times. And then when I finally moved on about a year ago, he made me break up with my new boyfriend because he decided he wanted me back. Gaslit me into breaking up.
Remember when I was talking about being poor and happy? The reason I was happy is because I was accountable for my decisions. That's why I think you can be rich and have everything and look good. Woo! Got all the attention you want, but you're not accountable. Maybe that's why a lot of people need to go to a therapist.
Did she just look at you?
Yes.
Yeah, but then I'm just gonna scratch her f***ing eyes out. She can't f***ing look at you no more.
Well, sorry, she did look at me, honey buns.
Yeah, well, she's gonna f***ing regret that now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna f***ing you, bitch.
I wish I could say that to my woman.
Nope, stop talking, go to jail.
You feel threatened under the Trump administration?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How specifically?
I can't think of any specific examples right now.
Emotion.
Day number 1 in England, and I'm about to watch my first ever soccer game. Day 2 in England, football match last night was wicked.
This is day thrice in England, and I'm going to take the tube to get myself a proper cuppa.
Oi, day 4 in England, and I'm gasping for a bowl of water. Day number 5, getting really frustrated, mate. Got a little bit missed. I've got to eat to wait for it tomorrow. And go from the tube. We get food. Day number 6. Allah.
It's spot on. People in UK or representing another culture, and I'm going to tell somebody from UK, I'm more UK than you. So I can understand where the joke is coming from, because I don't go to Curacao, dance like a Spanish woman, flamenco, and be like, hey, I'm from the Caribbean.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Most trans people cannot go internationally anywhere where they don't appear as like an M on their passport.
And
that's just not, that's dangerous for trans people. If if you want to do, I'm running into this with a friend right now who tries to do war correspondence in countries that don't like trans people.
So you're asking the U.S. government to produce a false document to lie to a foreign government
It's
so
not
you get a visa.
Are you saying that it was a false document before, that the government was just lying this entire time?
If you're a man and they put female on your passport, they're lying.
Yeah. Well, if you put gender and put woman, isn't that fine?
There's no W. It's male or female. Those are sexes. It's biology.
Sure, but couldn't we just update the passport to be gender?
No.
Why not?
Because we're identifying a biological structure of human beings for a purpose, because different laws...
On the passport?
Indeed. It's an ID.
Well, you know why this is wild? Because one of these days, somebody gonna say, my 5 is 100. So hey, take my $100 bill. I just want to do some grocery. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's how people talked about this in the past, as if this would never happen. So to me, anything can happen as long as it would get you the votes. That's it.
So do you consider them a terrorist organization like Trump does?
Yeah. Absolutely not.
No.
I am a proud Antifa, and that means anti-fascist, which my grandmother, George's father, fought in World War II against who? The fascists. They were anti-fascist. That's where the word is coming from.
So do you kind of see yourself as fighting against fascists?
Yes.
Okay. By doing these protests?
Yes, by getting people aware of what's going on, having, people like you come out and want to talk and engage with others. This way,
That's right.
It gives more perspective.
Well, let me ask you, in World War II, do you think that this would have been allowed to protest against Hitler or Mussolini or any of those actual fascist dictators? Do you think that this would have been allowed to happen?
Well, right now, we're having people get picked up.
Do you think that this would have been allowed to happen?
This thing on?
Hello.
I was actually at a bar recently. I was talking to this guy, and I'm like, I need to kill the vibe and ask you who you voted for. He proceeds to tell me he didn't vote at all. And I ended up just leaving the bar screaming at him, telling him he hates women.
This is why no one likes woke women, mate. Who did you vote for? You could be the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. But if you're woke, nope, sorry. I'd rather date a conservative woman that looks like Jabba the Hutt, mate. Because an eyesore is much better than an earache, mate. You can take that to the bank. No wonder these people are so depressed and lonely on rates higher than everybody else. They can't seem to get along with anybody. Also, it doesn't help that they're wearing fucking septum rings. They got rainbow-colored...
It is a fact that most people on the left have way more mental health issue. What do you want me to say? It's not because I'm heartless. I just know I can't solve everything, and especially not with somebody else's money. Well, actually you could, but you're gonna piss off a lot of people.
Charlie Kirk. Like, I'm glad the guy's dead, actually. So
you're glad he's dead?
Yeah, I'm glad. White men are literally the single greatest threat to humans being fed, housed, clothed, having their basic needs. White men are the greatest threat to that. That's what I know. Everything else, you want me to give you all these statistics and things? Like, I'm not a data analyst. I only know the experiences of the people I censor on.
What do you think we should do about white men?
That's a question for you. Can you do something about your people?
Well, I don't see any problems.
Because you're a white man!
Well, you're also unable to name me an example, right?
The example is you having the privilege to even be out here while there are people sleeping literally next to you, homeless on the ground.
Well, don't you have that same privilege?
No, it's not about the privilege that you're talking about. A privilege as a white man to be able to move about the world and ask people to give you examples about blackness. And I'm saying the example is that you out here recording and these people are out here sleeping. And none of them look like you.
Well, there are homeless people who are white.
I don't get it. You see a problem, but you want the problem that you see to explain the problem to yourself. That you can explain because you're not a data analyst. You seem to be a very emotional person. But then for some odd reason, you don't see white people on the street as if there aren't a lot of veterans on the street. Amen. Dodgy.
I'd rather have a gay son or a thought daughter.
What?
I would rather have 2 healthy kids. Like, it doesn't matter to me.
2 healthy children.
I mean, it might be a weird, simple, boring answer. I would care more if my daughter is a tot. At least I might have grandchildren, you know. I mean, if you want me to choose, I want my last name to last. It's kind of cool.
And the fact that you have to like put them in those categories says a lot about who you are.
Oh, no, don't you dare.
Oh, I'm just telling you, I think the real problem is in the thinker, not the answerer. The thinker. Maybe you should just ponder on that for a second.
Which do you give less of a fuck about, gay rights or women's rights?
Well, first and foremost, rights are rights. You should care about them all. Everybody has a voice and everybody deserves to be heard. What I want to do is be a part of the change that the world desperately deserves and hopefully get us to a point where we're all on the same accord.
And the fact that she's like, well, don't put it on me. There's no, I have to put it on you. You have that question when you see a man with a son and a daughter. Why? No wonder you have way more that you have to go to therapist.
Are you in therapy or willing to go?
Neither?
Never been through anything?
I don't... You want me to be tragic? You want me to have some demons or something? Thank you for doing that for me.
And why did you pop? There's nothing wrong with going to therapy and talking to someone about your problems.
Obviously, you have a lot.
Can you cook? Are you willing to cook? Do you eat healthy? Are you willing to eat healthy? Do you split the bill? Are you willing to split the bill? I mean, oh my God. What the heck are these videos?
What is 34 plus 66?
I need to. 34, 66. No, I need to like do it on the paper. I can't.
34 plus 66?
Yeah.
34. 4 plus.
We don't move on until you give a guess.
Can I have a pen?
34 plus 66. 34 plus 66.
Thinking really hard about that. 95?
Yikes.
I'm not saying they're wrong to take their time. I want to write it on a paper. I just find it odd. And I feel bad.
If you was to go to Europe, you not getting on the plane? So you're not never going to Europe then? You gonna go by boat?
Do you ever heard of cars?
You're getting reported for shit like that. Yo, bro, like, you can't make it up, bro.
And if you say something wrong, she meant it in a right way. So you're a bad person for calling it out. I'm like, okay.
Planet, I really don't get it. She's insufferable.
And you
agreed that I...
Okay. You know, as someone said in the comments, if this was a man, it would have been seen as controlling, but when it's a woman, it's cute.
Bought an engagement ring for myself. Okay, but you guys told me to. In the comments my last video, you guys kept talking about a ring. A lot of you were saying, girl, just go get one for yourself. So that's what I did. A ring at Bulgari that I just fell in love with. It felt like way too much to get for myself, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I hope someday I actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self. So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self? So, this is me proposing to myself. Damn! Look at the gorgeous diamonds. When the packaging is beautiful, the way that it contrasts. You know when jewelry is so pretty, you want to eat it? Is that just me? Like, will I be with me for the rest of my life? Well, yes, I've no choice, but yes.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is a person that is streaming. She's one of the biggest streamers in USA. And because nobody proposed to her, she decided to buy the ring for herself and justify to everybody, I guess I love myself more than anybody. That's why I got proposed. By that logic, I was engaged to myself a long time ago. I did it for free. I just had my hands when I was young. And guess what? I was very engaged with myself. For free.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Criollo colombici jam jam. Durloqueta verdeta welcome.